Hello, ladies, and Happy New Year. I am so excited to be back and talking with y'all. Thank you so much for tuning in again. I want to start off the year by talking with you about movement because personally, for my own wellness journey, I feel that movement not only benefits us physically, but also it helps us break through a lot of limiting beliefs that we may still be carrying around. So I want to offer you guys some tips as you start looking ahead and start thinking about how you want to incorporate exercise into your own self-care routine. Just to talk a little bit about my own background with exercise. So I used to view exercise as kind of like a punishment for what I was eating, because I come from a background where I used to like diet a lot, and then that, depriving myself would then lead me to like binge eating, or, to just going back to unhealthier habits that I had back then. And so, I used the gym as a way to work my butt off and just sweat out all the calories that I had consumed for that day. And it just never led me to have any sort of like successful or healthy results until I started the Beachbody programs that I have been doing for like 4 years, that I fell in love with. And, I didn't expect that when I started doing them because, I didn't really believe in home fitness programs. But then again, I never really like went all into them. I just had this like idea from other people's thoughts about them. And so I had my hesitations. But after, after committing to 21 days of one of the programs, I started to see like, oh, okay, like I started to not view exercise anymore as a punishment and more of just like a way to move my body. And I also started to feel, stronger, and of course the results that followed were just amazing, and they just gave me more motivation to keep going. And so, that first month that I committed to them in 2017 it just turned into a love for home fitness programs. But I understand, like, if that's not your jam, if you tried it, it's not your thing, totally, it's all good. But if it is, keep going because they do work. Trust me, they do work. When you commit, they do. But anyways, that's not the point of this video. The point is to help you figure out what works for you. So I want to start off by just going right into the tips. So my first tip is identify what your intentions are, with exercise. So, whether that is to create a habit of exercising daily, or if you want to lose weight, identify specifically how much weight you want to lose in the long term and in the short term. So you can have, goals that you can work up to, because if you're like, oh, I want to lose 50 pounds in 30 days, that's going to be really hard. And I can bet you it's not going to be the most exciting experience. And you want something that you're going to enjoy, so you can, sustain it, so you can keep going. So, if your main goal is 50 pounds, then I would start off with maybe like 5 pounds for the first month. 5 to 10 pounds, is a healthy goal. And then, as the next month goes, then keep going with that. Or, if you want to build muscle, that's another great goal to have. Or, if you just want to have a healthier, lifestyle, and maybe you want to get off certain medication, that you talk to your doctor about that and be like, hey, what can I do to get off of this medication? And they can offer some tips that you can maybe try out for your own self and see if something sticks. See if there's something that you enjoy doing and that you can, maintain and consistently do on a daily basis. So really identify what your intentions are and make them specifically to you, personal to you, because that's what matters, and that's ultimately what's going to keep you going. So that's the first tip is, identify your intentions. The second tip I want to share with you guys is find something that's both fun and challenging. And the reason for that is you want to find something that's fun because you're more likely to stick to it if it's fun, and something that's challenging because that builds confidence the more you challenge yourself throughout your journey. So for example, I love weight training. So I love home workouts. I love weight training. So I would find a program like Live 4, which is a Beachbody program, and deals with, focuses on weight training and HIIT training. So it's HIIT and weight training. So I would choose that one, and then in order to challenge myself every week, I would decide to up my weights every week, and that's how I would challenge myself and also do something that I enjoy doing. But for you, it could be maybe like bike riding, running. If you enjoy running, you can challenge yourself to a mile your first week, maybe up it to 1.5 miles the next week, something like that, or take longer strides or stuff like that. Just find something that you enjoy doing and that's also challenging. And then the third tip is find something that fits your schedule. I am a huge advocate for this because that's something that these home programs really helped. The reason why I was able to stick to them so much is because they simplified my life a lot. Back then, my life was just as busy as it is now. And the way I went through life back then was I went to work, I got home, I worked out for 2 hours, and then I went back out and back to work. And I did that for years, and ultimately I burnt out. And in those years, I was never really consistent. I would have really great weeks, and then I would fall off, and then I would start all over again. And it was just a very unhealthy cycle that ultimately just didn't work out for me. So when I found these programs, they simplified that because I was only working out 30 minutes a day. I could do them at home if I wanted to or wherever. And they took the guesswork out because they came with workout calendars. So I didn't have to, create my own workout routine. They did it for me. And so really find something that works for you in this time frame. And I wouldn't think so far into the year. Don't try and find something that's going to work for you the whole year. Just focus on something that's going to work for you right now, because we don't know where life is really going to be like or how it's going to be 6 months from now. We have an idea, and hopefully it's a big, bright idea. But we don't know 100% certain where we're going to be in six months from now. So just focus on this present moment, on this month, and really see. I hope you already planned out what you have going on this month, birthdays or, events or projects that you have going on. If you haven't, take some time after this video and do that. Take out your planner and get organized. And then see how many days you can commit to, how many days, how many minutes a week you can commit to exercising, because that's very important. Because when you have that planned out, you're more likely to stick to it. And the more you stick to it, the more confidence and momentum you're going to build and take with you into the next month. And that's how you build a habit, So really think about how your life is right now, what's going to work for you, whether that's committing 4 days a week this month. That's great. That's awesome. Maybe next month you'll be able to commit 5 days a week. Who knows? But just stick to these 4 weeks of January. And so that's basically it. Those are the only 3 tips that I think I feel are going to be very, very helpful to you, as you incorporate exercise into your life. Please do your best to do it, because trust me, the benefits that you're going to gain from it, they're just going to change your life. Like, so again, I want to recap the first tip. What are your intentions? Make them personal to you, whether that's create a daily habit of working out or, losing weight, gaining muscle, getting healthy so you can get off certain medications, have more energy, whatever it is, make it personal to you. Number 2, find something that is fun but also challenging. And then number 3 is finding something that fits your schedule right now. Whatever your schedule is right now, find something that fits and that you can stick to. One last thing in regards to that last one, make sure to look at your calendar the night before so you are reminded of what you have going on the next day. Because I've seen people who are like, oh shoot, like I forgot, I like had a workout the next morning, or I had a rest day and I woke up early, like that's also very important. If you can sleep in a little bit and that, then you can enjoy extra rest. So make sure to check your planners the night before and see what you have going on the next day. But that's all for now. I hope this was helpful to y'all. Again, thank you so much for watching and tuning in. If you have any recommendations for things that you want me to talk about or research more about in future episodes, let me know. And once again, thank you so much for your time. Love you guys. Take care. Bye.